Hi, beautiful. We're reading today in the text, chapter 9, the acceptance of the atonement, section 2, paragraph 7. I love you for the truth in you, as God does. Your deceptions may deceive you, but they cannot deceive me. Knowing what you are, I cannot doubt you. I hear only the Spirit in you, who speaks to me through you. If you would hear me, hear my brothers, in whom God's voice speaks. The answer to all prayers lies in them. You will be answered as you hear the answer in everyone. Do not listen to anything else, or you will not hear truly. Believe in your brothers because I believe in you, and you will learn that my belief in you is justified. Believe in me by believing in them. For the sake of what God gave them, they will answer you if you learn to ask only truth of them. Do not ask for blessings without blessing them. For only in this can you learn how blessed you are. This reminds me, I'll pause here and say this reminds me of times in the text and in the workbook for students where it says if you're not getting it, then give it, because then you'll recognize you're the source of it. By following this way, you are seeking the truth in you. This is not going beyond yourself, but toward yourself. Hear only God's answer in his sons, and you are answered. To disbelieve is to side against or to attack. To believe is to accept and decide with. To believe is not to be credulous, but to accept and appreciate. What you do not believe, you do not appreciate, and you cannot be grateful for what you do not value. There is a price you will pay for judgment, because judgment is the setting of a price. And as you set it, you will pay it. So a lot of times in A Course in Miracles, it teaches us how this mirror world, the world of man, the world of ego works, where whatever price you exact from another, you end up paying. Whatever judgment you lay onto another, you end up laying on yourself. Whatever criticism or attack that you try to levy against someone else is indeed an attack on yourself. And to the ego, that's nonsensical, because the ego is a fear mechanism to dominate and control, or to be a victim and be persecuted, but it doesn't understand equality. It doesn't understand equanimity. It cannot value others as oneself. What you do not believe, you do not appreciate, and you cannot be grateful for what you do not value. And as we offer our brothers forgiveness, we are receiving forgiveness. And as we see the beauty in our brothers, we'll see the beauty in ourselves. As we see the goodness in our brothers, we'll see the goodness in ourselves. If pain is equated with getting, you will set the price low but demand a high return. You will have forgotten, however, that price is to value, so that your return is in proportion to your judgment of worth. If pain is associated with giving, it cannot be perceived as loss, and the reciprocal relationship of giving and receiving will be recognized. So what you give, you receive. So if you're trying to get something from anyone else, you're paying that price. But if you give, you are receiving what you're giving. In A Course in Miracles, it teaches us that giving and receiving are one and the same. To the ego, that doesn't make sense. To spirit, and when you put it into practice, you're like, oh, wow, this is true. You give love, you receive love. You give forgiveness, you receive forgiveness. Or even if you don't perceptually, if the other person doesn't show up the way you want them to, you still feel that in your heart. You still feel the release and the lightening of that burden. And you set down those hot coals that you were clinging to. If pain is associated with giving, it cannot be perceived as loss, and the reciprocal relationship of giving and receiving will be recognized. The price will then be set high because of the value of the return. The price for getting is to lose sight of value, making it inevitable that you will not value what you receive. Valuing it little, you will not appreciate it, and you will not want it. It's interesting to me how the ego treasures pebbles while throwing away diamonds. It would go after little trinkets and meaningless things while hurting the Son of God. Or you can't hurt the Son of God, but the ego thinks it can, tries to attack, tries to defend. If pain is associated with giving, it cannot be perceived as loss, and the reciprocal relationship of giving and receiving will be recognized. So next time, I'm going to invite myself, I'm going to invite all of us here watching this video. Next time we have that feeling that's so very human and so very natural. And of course, A Course in Miracles is inviting us to be supernatural, to be our true authentic selves, the Son of God, perfect, whole, and complete. But in the world of man, when we are hostage to ego, it is so natural, the natural man, to try and get as much as we can at the expense of others. We're not doing that anymore because it's a losing game. Even from a practical perspective, it's a losing game and it will never work. The ego is insane. And as we start applying these new principles, we get to see with our own eyes that they are practical. Yes, they're profound. And yes, they're transcendent. And they're practical. We are not taught anything in A Course in Miracles that doesn't actually work on a practical level. That's the good news. So invite us. Next time we catch ourselves trying to get or take out of fear, out of loss, out of I got to get what's mine, give it instead. See what happens. Energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, what you're trying to take, give it. You're trying to get appreciation, give it. You're trying to get more love, give it. You're trying to be seen, see others. And you'll see how effective this principle is and how true this teaching is. Thank you for being here. I love you. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Mwah.